Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 5 of Conartists podcast. Hello.
You intro first. I'm Sherms.
I'm Sarah.
Yay.
Yay. Today we are talking about
Traveling?
traveling. Why?
Because borders are slowly opening up. And then, we just figured,
We just want to reminisce about our overseas experience in the past before
and we
COVID.
rarely talked about like the things we like to do overseas with each other. So we figured like it'll be a good.
Oh yeah, I just
idea.
realized that as well.
Yeah, we're always talking about con stuff. We never talk about like.
Yeah, we just talk about work all the time. So now we can share our experiences traveling, going to different places around the world. And yeah, I think a good place to start will be our first trips to Japan, maybe.
My first trip was was a very long time ago. I don't really remember much.
Okay, or your first memorable trip.
I think my first time was probably my graduating, like my graduation celebration. I think before poly. That means it was a secondary school.
Wow, that's so early
graduation
on.
thing. Yeah.
Like the first time I went to Japan was only in 2016. So it's a few years after starting Sarah Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only when I managed to kind of save up enough on my own that I could afford to go to Japan.
Oh,
Yeah, before that I was always traveling to nearer countries like Thailand, Bangkok, Bali, going across the borders to Johor Bahru and like KL and stuff like that in Malaysia. So I think I only managed to go to Japan in 2000, what was it, 16? And yeah, I traveled with my friend called Paka.
Paka.
Yeah, Paka, our mutual friend. And it was also because we wanted to go for a music festival.
Oh, which one?
Summer Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think in 2016 Summer Sonic, they had a really, really good lineup. And we were like, we're gonna go to Japan for this because I think we always wanted to go. The lineups there during summer are always so good. Like they have like artists from all over the world. And how Summer Sonic works, right, is I think it's across a weekend. I think there's about 2 days. So on different days they will have different lineups, and they have many stages, like performing stages as well. So I think there's like the Sonic stage, the Mountain stage, Rainbow stage, and they'll be in the same kind of area, but they have like different venues for different artists. The lineup is crazy. So I think in 2016 we went for like Bullet for My Valentine was the most memorable one for me. And then they had a headlining act was by Radiohead. And then 1975.
From what I understand from Summer Sonic is that it's like an international music festival. So there's like bands from all kinds of from all parts of the world.
So like every year we will go and check out the lineup, and we will like it's like a excuse and a reason for us to fly all the way to Japan, because you're already there, you want to do something like really, really cool. And like I'm a really huge concert goer. Like people go to clubs, I go to concerts. Like I love the moshing. I love everyone experiencing the live music together and like screaming and like just having fun.
But it's in the summer, right? Isn't that like very hot?
Yes. Okay. Summer in Japan is crazy. Like
it's like Singapore, but I feel it is not as humid, so it's not as bad.
It's very hot, but it's not as humid or wet.
You don't feel like icky.
You don't sweat so much.
You feel the burning sensation.
You feel the burn. So like the tip that like I found out with Paka was, right, in the convenience in Japan, they always like have a frozen section, right? And then they always freeze like bottles of like drinks or water. And our tip was to not buy cold drinks because it'll get warm really quick. We'll buy the frozen ones, drinks, right? And they keep cool for like hours. So yeah, that's one of our like biggest tip, is to buy frozen drinks.
And the good thing is that when they freeze drinks, right, it's not just like your
water,
normal
right?
drinks. It's they freeze like what's that, like sports drinks, isotonic
sports
drinks.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so it's they definitely think a lot about the weather and
and
what the
tip,
people need.
We found out was I don't know if you know there's those wet wipes. I don't know if it's by Gatsby or something. They have those cooling wet wipes that once you wipe on the back of your neck,
there's like this like cooling
your hands, it will stay
feeling,
like cooling for a few hours, that kind. So it really helps during the really hot summer days in Japan.
I've also seen like air conditioned air in a can or something. It's basically like cool air in a can that they sell. So like
that's crazy.
Yeah, you buy and then you just spray on yourself.
Like kind of like a deodorant, like a cooling spray.
In a way, yeah. They basically call it a cooling spray. Yeah, but it works the same way.
It really works, yeah. Like you think it's gimmicks, but it works.
Japan.
Like it'll stay cool on your neck for hours. So that's something that you should bring along all the time as well. Yeah.
So I also like to go for concerts, but I don't really go to these like festivals. I usually go to like one band, and then they do their concert at Tokyo Dome and stuff. Yeah.
So every time I go to Japan, like I want to at least find a concert or a music festival to go, so that at least you have that down, because they always have really good music, like concerts and stuff like that you can't really find anywhere else, except maybe in US, but US is so far from us.
24-hour flight.
Yeah, so Japan is like the next best.
My first trip was pretty standard. I mean, we just went to basically all the touristy places, including Disney Sea.
Whoa,
yes. I've never been to Disneyland. I've only been to Disney Sea.
I went to so my first trip with Baka, right? We started our trip in Osaka, and we also went to USJ.
I love USJ also.
Yeah, I'm not a big theme park person because I hate the queues.
Same.
But the scenic views were amazing. Like we took so many great photos, and
yeah, so for me, when I go to Japan, I usually try to go like once or twice a year, like to see my friend. Like for concerts, I like to go to less. I mean, I've been to the Gazette's 10-year anniversary standing live.
I went for the 15th anniversary.
So yeah, when I went, it was a standing live, and it was like crazy.
So fun.
But it was insane. Like I went in with something like what you were wearing.
Oh my gosh,
you're wearing like a woven,
melt.
and then I didn't melt, but it wasn't in one piece when I came out.
It tore apart. Oh my god, that's so fun. Was it in a small venue?
I think so. It was at Makuhari Messe. So
so Chiba is also in Chiba. It's the one that held Summer Sonic.
So I think it was one of their smaller venues. It wasn't that big. But
I think I know. It's indoors, right? Yeah, I was there for 8 hours straight. During Summer Sonic, because all the bands that we wanted to see were there. Like there was Corain, there was Bullet was the last act for the day. There was James Bay, there was Paris, Against Me. Was it Against Me or wait? No, Tonight Alive, not Against Me. Yeah, and like so many amazing bands were like in that lineup for that day. So we practically sat there for 8 hours, and then every time the new act came out, we will stand up. So we are like in the front line all the time. I
like going to more chill concerts. So I mean, I do listen to rock, J-rock, but I also like a little bit of J-pop. So I used to be a fan club member of Perfume. It's like
I heard about this.
Yeah, it's like this three girl band, and then they do like electronic music. So going to their concert is like watching a light show.
I think you showed me before as well.
And then things like I really want to go to Sakan Action. I don't know if you. I don't think you. There's.
I heard of Fuji Rock and Summer Sonic.
No, it's a band called Sakana Action.
No.
So I like the chiller bands.
I like the heavier bands because I like the moshing aspect of concerts.
Perfume and Sakana Action aren't they are not like super chill, like people still like dance and stuff, but yeah, I get what you mean, like the chiller ones. I know that some of them they do like online and stuff, so I would just like watch online. I won't go to the other than concerts, because I haven't been to a concert in a while, but I like to plan my Japan trips with events.
Yeah, so the concerts events like something that lines up with the trip, right?
So for events, for me it can mean a lot of things. It can mean like maybe an anime movie release that that is like released. I mean, they release it first in Japan, so yeah, sometimes if it releases, I will go and check to see if it's playing anywhere, or if it's like Comic or Design Festa.
I think so the most important thing going to Japan, you need to have like a plan and an itinerary. Yeah, because there's so many things happening there, and you have like 1 to 2 weeks there probably, and it's very important to have a plan so that you get as many things done as possible.
Especially if you go to Comic, which is like, that's one of the things I keep telling you to at least try and go for once. But avoid the summer if you can, because
but I want to avoid the summer, but every time it happens, like a concert happens in summer.
I mean,
it's just
I have squeezed in between like all the weebs and the otakus in the summer. It's not very bad because we're very used to Singapore weather. Yeah. But still be prepared.
I think the very cute aspect of being in Japan, right, is the places you stay at as well. Because I remember like when we just reached Osaka, because we were there for 2 weeks. Me and Paka, we each had like one really huge luggage because we need 2 weeks of like clothes and stuff like that. And then our Airbnb was on the 4th level of a shop house.
Oh, okay.
And you know, like in Japan, there's no lifts for this kind of like apartments. And the staircase was so narrow, so we had to like pull up the luggages 4 stories up. It was so crazy. And it was like we reached at quite late, maybe 9-10 p.m. But it was a really, really nice Airbnb because it felt like you were staying in a house. Like you were staying in Japan, and then you had to roll out your own futons to sleep. It was a basic Japanese house. But the most interesting part was we're on the 4th story, right? So on the 3rd story there was a shop called Super Rescue. It's like a vintage knick-knack shops, and they also sell like indie designer clothes. And you know, like how Japan, they just decorate their shops in such a niche way, and then the walls are always filled with things, and like every corner you see is different, and there's always so many like little decors that you are like, it piques your interest. I think I have photos. I might put it up.
You can put it up.
But it's just like, it feels like you're in a totally new world. And it's just hidden in this random shop house in Osaka.
That's the thing with Japan. You can't always just see a road and then just think that, oh, these are the shops there, because if you look up, you can see a lot of signs,
hidden gems,
a lot of hidden gems. They usually like rent their spaces in the building. So especially in places like I know a lot of our viewers probably have been to Akihabara, and I think for me, I don't go to Akihabara as much if I want weeby stuff. But if you do find yourself there, like, try to move away from the main street.
The little alleys are always like full of stuff,
or at least, try and look up and see what is there, because for me, what I think is that Akihabara has become like a touristy place. So I prefer to hang out in Ikebukuro now.
I prefer like Shimo Kitazawa, Koenji Kichijoji. Yeah, like these are the more like hipster places, and you might find like underground like music venues and like cafes or like indie shops like run by like independent designers and artists, and they're always so interesting to look into because they all have a different vibe. Yeah, and then it's so nice. Like I wish like in Singapore we could have an area where like all the indie artists gather, right? And then like we rent tiny little shops along shop houses.
I feel like from what I see, being a creative in Japan is a little bit difficult. It isn't impossible, but yeah, definitely one of the jobs where I won't say it's looked down upon, but it's quite rare to be an independent artist or a creative. Yeah, because like sometimes I do go to all these art events and I always wonder why they price it a certain way. Especially in Comic, like I was telling Sarah about how you can find doujins for like $2, $5. So they're not making any money at all.
They're basically covering costs only.
Yeah. So basically it's a grey area, especially for fan artists. I won't say it's not talked much about, but it's really grey area. Some people earn from it, some people don't.
Actually, I don't really know much about the Japanese art culture. Like, you know, the big scale, you know, manga artists, anime and stuff, but like haven't really actually dug into like Japanese indie art culture. Like, you know, like indie designers and whatnot, right? Like I've visited shops where like they're opened by small companies and then they design and they create everything, and I think the fashion design there is quite celebrated. I haven't really seen much like underground like artists, or maybe just like I haven't got the chance to.
I think it's because what you see are physical shops, so they're already doing very well, but a lot of them they have either an online shop or they sell through Mercari or there's another one called Minne, I think. So it's like their version of Carousel.
And also
eBay.
it's probably not very international because like everything's in Japanese. They have their own websites
and then shipping overseas in Japan is quite expensive.
That's true. Yeah.
So
everything's on Twitter. I don't have Twitter. So.
I was about to say they communicate and sell and advertise their products mostly on Twitter.
So I think everything is mostly in their Japanese
in their
community.
Space. So that's why like you should really go to Design Festa because
I need to make use of my Japanese classes, man. Like I took until N3 and I gave up because N2 looked so scary. Yeah, but I'm happy enough with N3, but I do need to practice my communication skills because you know you don't get to practice speaking Japanese in a daily basis in Singapore. Yeah, so
I think if you
need to throw me there in Japan, just leave me there alone and maybe I'll get to practice.
If you can find some friends there also.
I do have friends, so like every time I go to Japan, right? Okay, I've only been there twice. My goal is to go there every year, but you know, COVID. Every time I go there, I'll try to like meet some friends and also do photo shoots for my label. So because like you're over there, the lighting is just somehow very different. Like you just use your phone or your camera and whatever you catch looks damn great, right? So I always try to like organize shoots with a local or someone staying there, like a mutual that I know through Instagram or whatnot. It's always a very, very fun time because you get to know new friends, you get to shoot in a new location.
I used to be quite weeby. So
are you not still?
not as much, but I used to like collect a lot of merch and I think I met some people that were also interested in the, I won't say what title it is, but I met a lot of like Japanese fans and friends through Twitter, and then there was like some Seiyu event. So I went and then I made friends with them. Then at the end we all went for like karaoke and stuff. It was super fun.
I remember going to karaoke, right? Because in Japan, right, like if it's very late into the night, you can't find transport back, right? And the taxis there are so expensive. So the cheapest and most convenient way is to go to a karaoke until the first train like appears again, right? So that's what I did for I think my second trip, and it's so cheap over there.
Yeah,
with free flow drinks as well.
It's one of my my favorite hangout spots also, whenever you just want to like catch up with
some
old
like
friends.
the songs are so different, like in Singapore and in Japan the songs are so different, the selection. So if you're like us and you listen to a lot of maybe like Japanese rock or pop or anything, it's a very very fun experience to try out their karaoke in Japan. It's cheap, and then it has so many Japanese song selections. There's also English ones, and then the music videos are always really funny because the real music videos are licensed, right? So they'll show like really weird clips.
The other place that I like to hang out, other than the karaoke, the other place I like to hang out is any kind of themed cafes.
Oh, so I don't think I've been to any.
I'll take you to one next time, I think. Because themed cafes, you gotta reserve a spot first.
Yes,
some you got a ballot, some you got to reserve a spot. So definitely something that usually first time tourists or like first time travelers they don't venture and do all these things.
It's something you need to research into beforehand.
Then so that's for me when I'm in Tokyo. I just do a lot of like BB things and meet up with friends. But I like to travel out also. So I went to Hokkaido. I think
I've never been there.
My last trip to Japan, which was in 2019, was to Hokkaido for a concert. And then I also decided to just like take a few weeks off to just travel and explore, because I think I went in the summer period, but it being Hokkaido
is still very cold.
It's like air conditioned
so
temperature.
Nice.
So it's really different from Tokyo and Kyoto, Osaka. The people there are super friendly, and then the ramen is so good because they specialize in like miso ramen.
Milk.
So they're very good at making ice cream.
Oh my gosh,
so
milk ice cream.
I think I can share like a picture of like there's this place I went to that had alcohol and ice cream.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so they only sold alcohol, ice cream, and cookies. So you eat the ice cream. You pour a little bit of like their concentrated like alcohol, and then with the ice cream, and then you just like consume it, and then they have like freshly baked cookies on the side.
Yeah, and the thing about Japan is like every shop, they are very good at what they do. So they specialize in something. They don't like do a lot of variety. They just like specialize in one thing, and they're like super good at it. And you can see like all the passion and hard work that goes into it as well.
When I went to Hokkaido, I was also interested in this place. I think it's called some historical museum. I'll put a photo here, but it's basically like an open air museum where it's just houses and interiors from olden days.
Is it like a small town?
Something like that, but it's more. I mean, I can put like videos and stuff.
Okay.
So they preserve the houses. That means I talked to like some of the locals there, and then they say that they literally will like all the houses are donated by like the descendants, and then I don't know how they do it, but they pick up the houses and and transport it there. But it's
cut out the foundation.
But it's like it's very very interesting to see, like when you watch anime or you see like Japanese drama, you see all these like old sliding doors, all the old like ovens and yeah. So it's really interesting. Like I took some photos and I made a zine out of it.
Oh, that's
so
yes,
you know
I saw the
zine.
Yeah, so basically you drew like yokais in the scenic photos, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely want to visit more like villages and places.
Yeah, I
like
do
that.
want to go to a bit more like inaka areas, right? To kind of know more about their culture and stuff. Yeah,
I like to travel to slightly outside places. Like I've been to Totori also. Yeah. So I went to the Totori Desert and yeah. So I mean, if you can roughly guess which anime I was obsessed by if I say Totori and stuff.
what comes to my head is Totoro only, so I'm like, I don't know.
I did an homage tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I haven't had the chance to go so often. So all the places that I've been to is like the more like visited places. So like Kyoto, you go to the Nara Deer Park. Oh, that was so fun because I love animals and like being up close with the deers over there, and then they'll bow to you. And every time they want biscuit, they bow to you. Yeah, then you can buy like little treats for the deers over there, like biscuits, and then you can feed them.
Oh, but have you heard that because of the pandemic, they don't get as much.
Oh, of course.
They don't get as much treats anymore. And then so they've been venturing outside a little bit. Yeah,
that's interesting to hear.
So do you have you seen the one where there was a news article
lost deer?
No, it wasn't a lost deer. Like it's a bit gruesome, but
okay, never mind.
But yeah, basically a deer attacked like this drunk guy, and then this drunk guy.
In Singapore, we have a wild boar attacking a woman as well.
But the drunk guy attacked back.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it was quite sad. But I don't know if he got into trouble or anything for that. Yeah, I need to go and see. But
yeah, like the wildlife is spreading because of the pandemic. In Singapore, there's so many chickens around.
Oh yeah,
there are like a lot of wild chickens in our neighborhoods right now. Like especially where I live, in the neighborhood I live in, so many wild chickens.
I think it was during circuit breaker or something. Like I woke up to a rooster call.
Yeah, they're everywhere now.
What year is it?
It's so cute. I'm glad that they are safe though. Like no one is getting to them or anything. Yeah, and then where else? Yeah, I do meet a lot of friends. So in Osaka, I met a friend called Aislinn, and we met for steak, and we like the same genre, which is like visual kei when we were younger, so we got along very well. Then in Kyoto, I met another friend. She's called Azusa. We used to work in the cat cafe together, and then she went back to Japan. And then in Tokyo, I met another friend. She's called Kanae. So she's a local there, and then I shot her for like a photo shoot. So yeah, it's always fun to make plans to meet people there, because they'll bring you around like to places that you will never ever go. Yeah,
I have a friend in Osaka. She's called Chiaki, and then she took me to this place, this restaurant, and then that was where I tried horse meat for the first time. And it's
quite normal there.
Sashimi horse meat.
No.
Yeah. So I tried that. Then I tried.
Was it like beef or harder?
It was quite tough. I mean, it's like sashimi. I don't know how to explain.
Fish.
It's soft. It's not like chicken. It's not like chicken. It's definitely softer.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that's where I tried pufferfish also.
Oh yes.
But to be honest, I feel like I don't know. Pufferfish doesn't taste like anything to me.
I think my favorite food experience was going to soup restaurant. Not soup restaurant, soup curry.
Oh yeah.
Soup restaurant.
I love soup curry also.
I love soup curry, and like every time I think about Japan, I think of soup curry now.
You need to have soup curry in Hokkaido because that's where it originates from.
Okay.
That's where
when we get a chance.
I think so, but soup curry is like one of Hokkaido's specialties also, other than miso ramen
it's
and
so
milk.
good.
It's very, very good.
I love curry, and it's not even like normal curry. It's a stew. It's like a stew, and it doesn't taste like whatever we have right here in Singapore.
I mean, there are soup curries, but
it's totally different.
It's not as nice.
Yeah, and then also like another experience was we went to an izakaya. I think we just were walking around. I can't remember, was it in Kichijoji? Probably. We were just walking around exploring the neighborhood, seeing what their houses look like. There's nothing much there. It was just having a nice evening walk. Then we decided to head into this izakaya, and like the locals there were so friendly. Yeah, and then I think towards the end of the night, we were just chatting with the table beside us, and then they were like asking where we were from. Then we were like, we're from Singapore, and then they, oh, Malayan, that's all they know, right? And then I think towards the end, someone offered us like a full dish of sashimi, but we were so full. Yeah, and then they're just really friendly, because you think that sometimes like locals might not like foreigners too much, right? But I think once you go into izakaya, you have a few drinks, everyone's your friend.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
I know, like, if you mention Singapore, there's three things that come to mind. One is the Malayan. And then the other one is MBS. But Marina Bay Sands.
Maybe it's a bit more recent.
But
MBS.
they might not know the name.
Or the ship.
It's the ship on top of the building. And then the third thing is F1.
Oh, I had no idea we were known for F1.
Yeah, we're known for F1 in Singapore.
I thought we would be known for like chicken rice or something.
I mean, I guess, but yeah, F1 is more, I guess, more widely known.
Oh, another thing I need to talk about is Nakano Broadway.
Oh yeah.
Freaking love Nakano Broadway. So if you're into like vintage toys or like vintage keychains, knickknacks, and also if you're like a J-rock lover like me, they have like posters of really old school J-rock that you'll not find anywhere else. And it's just like
it's not just posters, you
and
get
magazines, merch, and they're very rare. You hardly find them in like international areas. You can only find them in Japan, or if you source really, really hard on the interwebs. Yeah,
there is this. So I go there quite often also, and then there is this shop that's in a corner, and then they sell anime cells. So it's like some of them are hand painted, and then some of them are just like
the
drawn.
original storyboards and stuff like that, right?
So yeah, so it's just like a lot of containers, and then you know you have to flip through and see if you can find an anime. But the thing is that nowadays it's mostly very old 90s anime cells there, because I mean everything is digital now, so
that's true. Oh, that's very true.
yeah, but you can find like an old childhood.
That reminds me,
anime.
like these two paintings, I don't know if it's in Scream. These two paintings were bought from not paintings but prints from Takato Yamamoto. They were bought in Nakano Broadway.
Is it Mandarake?
No, it's not. It's like a tiny shop. It's near Mandarake. I think it's on the same floor. So my friend Lee brought me there, and that's actually, I think, where I discovered more like indie Japanese artists. Yeah, they sell like washi tapes and prints and stuff like that. So that's where I found these signed posters, and they're like one of my favorite valuables. Like once I got there, I was so scared of them being folded. I went to the post office to buy the hard cardboard to keep them safe. Yeah, to transport them back. Yeah, and they were like 1800 yen for a signed print.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, so like definitely one of my favorite memories there.
I should take you to like Harukomi and stuff. Basically all the original artists.
Yeah, I do,
and
and I also want to visit like if there's any like artist galleries happening there.
Yeah, like Design Festa has a Design Festa gallery also that's like open if you want to go and see. Yeah, we should. Let's just go to Japan together.
Yeah, and I love their like sticker bombing scene.
Oh yeah.
So everywhere you go, right, especially the like back alleys or like the smaller alleys, right, you see a lot of like sticker bombing everywhere, and it's like a thing there. So every time I go overseas, I'll specially print like stickers, and then like it has to have my name, right, like my username, and then I will cut, and then I'll bring like a whole pack over, like be it like Japan, be it Taiwan or Bangkok, Bali. I'll bring stickers there to like sticker bomb. Yeah, it's just like one of the things that I'll do overseas.
For me, other than all those like Weebie and those and like looking at sceneries and stuff, one thing I really like to do that I'll only do in Japan is go to their arcades. I really like their arcade scene, and I can spend like an entire day just on UFO catching machines.
Oh, I'm not an arcade person, because
I'm a huge arcade
if I am, then all my money's gone.
No, I love like
I always think there's like a conspiracy theory behind UFO catchers. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna throw my money into you.
So I'm just gonna drop some knowledge, but basically, right, UFO catcher machines, the one with the 2 prongs, they usually, the price is usually a box or a figure.
Okay.
And then those require a bit of skill. Those are the skill games.
Yeah, I've seen those like Japanese crate machine YouTube videos.
But the ones with the three prongs, you know, those that grab, those they usually, I mean, there is a trick to it, but most of the time, they usually set a certain amount.
Yeah, like maybe the 5th time.
Or like after 5,000 yen.
Oh,
and then it pays out. And then the grab will be very strong. Like,
yeah, that's why I don't do arcades.
That's why I avoid those, because anyway those are they it's mostly like plushies and cushions.
I rather spend my money on food.
I mean, they have food like snacks and stuff in the machines.
I love the food there. Everywhere you go, right, it's just great food. Like any small family restaurant you go into, it's cheap, it's affordable, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Other than UFO catching machines, also like going back to the whole arcade thing, I also hang around a lot in the music game section. So you always
taps.
Yeah, so you always see like there's the mai, so yes. like they use their hands and everything. Then para was like
10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was like my primary school days.
Yeah. And then there's the hand one, but there's also the leg one.
The DDR.
That's right.
Yeah. So I hang around there a lot when sometimes I just need to spend some time like waste time, I guess. When I need to waste time, then I'll just go there for a while before I meet a friend or something.
I think the only thing I like at arcades are like the racing games, like Mario Kart and stuff like that.
Yeah, some of them are crazy. It's like you're in a pod, and then like you go into a pod, and then the entire thing moves.
Yeah,
and you're
like 4D.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And we can just keep talking about what we do.
I don't know how many times we said the word Japan in this episode already.
But we haven't even talked about like other places.
Yeah, I have so many places to talk about. But yeah,
I haven't been to a lot of places overseas actually. Like I've been to Japan, I've been to Australia for Smash.
Yeah, I've been to Australia for my brother's graduation. Yeah. Oh, that's a very nice memory too, because we went on like horseback riding, and it's not like around the field, no, it's like into the wild. So we traveled into the mountains, we passed by cows, and then we stopped by the side of a river, and then we parked the horses, right? And the person that was leading us, they made a campfire by the river. They just made the campfire. Because the river water was so clear, they just took a metal tin, they scooped the water, and then they were like making tea with the water and the fire by the side of a river.
Wow.
And they made they toasted bread as well. And then they brought like butter, jam, and then we just kind of had a break time beside the river. Yeah,
for me,
it's my favorite.
For me, I didn't really have like a real, not say a real experience, but I didn't really travel that much. Because my main purpose was Smash. But but yeah, I tried. When I was there, I asked for some recommendations. So yeah, they told me to try like watermelon cake.
Huh?
Yeah, it was quite good. So there was like watermelon cake. Then me and a few artists, we all sat like we all bought like a huge one, and then we all just sat and ate. Yeah, and then I think near the place where they usually hold Smash, there is this place that sells very good pancakes. And,
actually, I didn't go to Sydney. It's in Sydney, right?
Yeah, Sydney.
Yeah, I went to Brisbane and Gold Coast.
Yeah, but for me, it was like I was just hanging out around Sydney, so I didn't really do too much.
Can't wait to go as well.
Yeah, so hopefully if if you're watching and you're from Australia or Sydney, you can recommend some places we can go.
Hopefully next year we'll go to Smash.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely try for.
And there's a lot of like art markets in I think Melbourne and stuff like that.
I think there's like I think it's Supernova. There's a convention, I think that's in Melbourne. I could be wrong, I'm not very sure. But yeah, definitely
Can't
one
wait
of the
to
places.
travel again.
I also want to go to
I need to renew my passport first.
oh, my passport expires next year.
Yeah, and it takes like I think months, weeks to kind of get your new passport now. So
Yeah, there's like a huge queue every day.
Yeah, we'll
to
see.
try and renew
see.
passports. Like, you were saying, you went to Hong Kong, you went to Thailand. I've never been to Thailand and Hong Kong before.
You must go to Thailand. It's like the most budget destination to go to. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't travel outside as much. I've been to Europe. Yeah, I've been to Europe.
Oh, I
once.
haven't been to Europe. I've been to Sweden because my brother was staying there for work. And then before Sweden, I was in London for a few days. And then I also met my friend Kimi Perry. Yeah, we've known each other for years on Instagram and then finally had the chance to meet in real life. So I think traveling is also very fun because you get to meet friends from all over the world.
Yeah, for me, I just I did like very touristy things. So yeah, I went to see the Berlin Mall. I went to Prague, which I really really like because there is this. I'm sure you guys know there is this bridge, and then they sell a lot of like artists are there selling their art.
I haven't been there.
I went to Prague. Then I went to Budapest. Yeah, so
I like Asian countries a lot. Somehow I think because of the food.
For me, I like. I don't mind other regions and other countries. It's just a security thing for me. I feel like because when we're in Singapore, it's not very very safe, but it's relatively safe.
It is very very safe.
And then when we go overseas, we hear things like, always have things with you at all times.
Yeah.
Or like, you gotta look out for this, look out for that. And it's just something that I won't say we take for granted. I mean, we do
probably
take
it for granted
here.
Like sometimes when we're at like the food court, right, we just leave our bags and our wallets, and we don't have to worry about it getting lost or like someone stealing it.
But that doesn't mean that there aren't.
Yeah, there are,
pickpocketers, but
we do take it for granted.
Yeah. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I feel a little bit uncomfortable every time I travel. Because I think because in Singapore we a lot of us mind our own businesses. We don't really approach people that we don't know, which is very different from like when I go to Sydney, and everyone is super nice, which I think that's probably
not used to it.
That's probably the reason why we keep saying that. Oh, everyone's super nice, and it's because
that's true.
It's because like we're not used to people approaching us.
Yeah, we don't
people
like,
that we don't know.
Hey, hi, mate.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same with when we're in Japan and we experience like all these elderly people or what, and then
they do approach you, talk to you, and then you need to dig up all the Japanese that you know to kind of like converse with them. But it's super fun. I went to Fuji for the Gazette's concert, right? And then like, because in Fuji area they are not like so English educated, like the older generation. So like this auntie was just talking, oh, why are you here? Because she was in a wheelchair and we were like helping her get into a seat, which actually Japanese people, they mind their own business. They don't like to like like bother other people, right? So like she was very shocked, like why these two girls are helping her. So she started a conversation with us, and then she was like, oh yeah, you know, my daughter's in Tokyo too, maybe y'all should like meet and stuff. So like, yeah, actually like people there, I think all over the world, once you kind of break the ice, most people are really friendly. Yeah,
I think for me I also had a similar experience, because I think I offered my seat to one of the elderly in Japan, and then she was quite shocked also. But
yeah, like they're just not used to this kind of gestures.
But I mean, I have seen like other people also being very nice. So it's not like you know, everyone's like that. But
it's just they keep to themselves because they kind of don't want to be a bother to anyone.
I guess that's the reason why we are so drawn to Japan also.
Well, slightly similar in culture.
But I mean, sometimes it's not very good. Like
that's why in Singapore, like they always try to promote kind acts.
Yeah,
like we have reserved seats in our buses and in our MRT stations, and like everywhere we have reserved seats for like the elderly, the pregnant or handicapped now. Yeah, so I think it's trained.
But I feel like recently
we were trained to be a bit more proactive.
I think also recently, as we are more influenced by like social media and stuff. I noticed, like especially in our kind of like age group, or you know, our certain generation, everyone's a lot more open. And like the more open about
with
everything.
Social media. Definitely with social media being such a huge part of our current generation.
Back to traveling.
I think we need to wrap up soon. There's too much to say. Maybe we'll continue next time.
But yeah, I definitely want to travel to more places.
And hopefully we can partake in some events overseas and see more of our supporters.
There's a convention in Germany, I think it's called Dokomi.
I always want to go Germany for their Christmas markets.
Yeah, you should do that.
Like you will see it on TV, right? One day.
When I was in Sydney, I think someone brought us to like a Christmas market also.
Nice.
No, it's not Christmas market. I think it was like some sort of night market or something. And then on another end there was like some French like night party or something that was happening. Yeah, so it was like so different from what we're used to experiencing. Yeah, so it's really fun. I really hope to go back.
We will travel more and we will go to more overseas convention.
If you have like, you know, if you're watching this and you want to suggest a convention to us that you think,
please do. They might want us, you know.
I mean, we can try.
Please let us know. Can comment. Okay, let's wrap up. Thank you. So we will see you guys in the next episode. We are talking about more nerdy stuff like anime and manga and whatever like culture we grew up with and what we enjoy watching now and when we were children and how it contributed to our current lifestyle and our art style, I guess. Okay.
See you.
Bye.